afternoon, everybody. And checking in. You know, I got a little something today. Try to keep my videos a little shorter, but as I digress. So today I took the Army Combat Fitness Test, the acft, which is raising a lot of eyebrows for a lot of people, and there's some kind of there's a little bit of fear in taking it. Well, this is my second time taking it. The first time actually wasn't official, but none of the scores right now are official. So today is April 23rd, 2021. I think the scores won't become official until 2022. Right now, I was speaking with one of the master fitness trainers. Right now, they're trying to gather just data. The reserves are in behind in gathering this data. They said the National Guard is actually ahead, and then active duty. And what they mean by data is having people run through it, and then they're calculating the scores and how people are doing and so forth. And they want to see how, like, this is actually like panning out, you know. So, you know, they made some adjustments. For example, that knee tuck hang. You have an alternate exercise for that, which is the plank. And even with that, you just can't try to do the knee tuck, fail it, and then jump down and do the plank. You have to tell your grader in the beginning that you're going to do the plank. And these alternate events, from what I understand, are actually a lot harder than the regular events, and they did that for a reason. And I believe that's so you don't have everyone opting out for these alternate events. For example, that plank, I believe it's a 2-minute, 6-second plank, which people think that that's easy, but you're actually planking on your forearms, and so forth. Then you have the bike, you have the swim, the walk, as far in lieu of the run. But my take on it, the combat fitness test, it is doable by everyone, but since no units or majority of the units don't train for this during PT, a lot of times you'll do your grass drills, your stretches, your grass drills, and then a lot of times it's an activity. You might play soccer, you might do, frisbee tag, or, you know, frisbee football. But you're not building the soldiers up to take this test. The issues that a lot of people have, and primarily say women do, is the knee tuck hang. Just given the lack of upper body strength. Even I've seen quite a few males that have that issue. The workout, everything's geared towards practical movements, and the events are more or less back to back to back. I mean, you have 10 minutes in between, I believe. So the test itself is trying to test your overall endurance. And you have, let's say, the push-up. If you did a standard basic push-up, you might be able to do a lot more. But this push-up is, you know, your chest is touching the ground, your hands are going out, then back in, then up. That's one. So things are more difficult, but more practical, in a sense. Things that we don't really work on. Let's say if a person's just a runner, they don't have that explosive strength. So you have the deadlift that's going to test that kind of raw strength. Then you have your endurance, which is the dummy drag. So you'll sprint, come back, drag the dummy or the weights, which are 90 pounds on grass, I think 135 on AstroTurf. Drag it, come back, shuffle, come back, kettlebells, come back, then sprint. That is a smoker if you're trying to go all out. If you're trying to go all out, these things will smoke you. Even a deadlift. You can do the 330. If you want to do more, you can do more. What they're trying to do is gauge the level of people's aerobic or physical abilities. And what they do is, even with the old APFT, they want you to try your hardest and to go all out, not just shoot for your minimum. if you have to do 20 push-ups in the old APFT. Many people would just do 20 push-ups, and then that was it, just for the minimum. They're pushing the same concept here. They're not going to get that because when people see all these events, the belief is that I better conserve energy. And I'm not going to lie, if you go all out in that sprint drag, and then you have the run at the end, you will definitely feel it because that toasts your legs. But my takeaway on the whole thing, I think it's a very good measure of fitness. We've been doing the same thing, the same physical fitness test for, I don't know, 30, 40 years. So at least this is one positive change. We're not the only branch that's done it. The Marines done the same thing. They still have their PT test, but then again, they still have some kind of combat test that they do also. And this is more practical. Now, you do have people saying that this is a way to weed people out in the Army. Will it? When it becomes official, I don't know how they're going to do the retest, the retraining, and so forth, but it is going to be a little bit more difficult. But the people who do train for this will be in a lot better shape. All this was supposed to take place last year, then COVID hit. So now they're trying to really gather up this raw data now to try to speed up the process of implementing it and making it gradable or official. But COVID is a damper because the first time people come out to do this test, it's going to hurt a lot of people. And I'm going to be honest, versus, you know, people working from home, you know, you're less mobile. But the biggest thing you can do is really go out there, run, do some air squats. If you don't have a gym, if you have a pull-up bar, do some pull-ups. And I guarantee that will at least help you a little bit. Totally guarantee. But yes, so this is my second time taking it. This time was for me to be a grader, so I had to go through the whole thing. I did relatively well, not as good as I thought I would do. But just like some people, I have my strengths and weaknesses. How do I feel about it? I think it's interesting. It's fun. It's fast. Where people think that this test is going to take all day, you can get 60-something people through in about 70 to 90 minutes. I mean, you have 5 events, and you're getting 6 events, 5 events, but you're getting 60 people through those 5 events in that amount of time. You know, so that's not bad. So I think this is something new that everyone should really work towards. And it's just for your own personal betterment, you know, to get you in a better shape. But that's, you know, my take on the Army Combat Fitness Test. You know, good luck to you guys out there. If you have any questions, you know, shoot me a message and subscribe. And have a good one. Safe Army Day.